and welcome to Brunch, a taste of Tobago. I am your host, JW Moore, also known as J Soul, and I will be kicking it with you guys for the next 2 hours. Let me just say that I have missed you terribly. Welcome to Monday. It's a beautiful one on the island of Tobago, and we have a really interesting show for you today. Just for the viewers who are just joining us, we are live on the Amplia Network 102, Facebook, and of course, YouTube. Now, let me just go through what happens on Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. We seek to empower you, we seek to inspire, to educate, and of course, we seek to motivate. We also like to highlight sons and daughters of the soil who are doing wonderful things in the world and impacting humanity positively. Which brings me to our segments. First up, we have our Good Stuff segment, and we are speaking on sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, kings and queens of Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean who are impacting the world positively. So first, I'm going to take you guys to the news day. Tobago Gold Chocolate Rum founder named Entrepreneurs of the Year. Tobago Gold Chocolate Rum and its founder, Lars Soderstrom, were named Entrepreneurs of the Year on Thursday night at the prestigious Chamber of the Commerce and Industry Champions of Business Awards. This was held at the National Academy for the Performing Arts in Port of Spain. The company was recognized for its innovative spirit, tremendous growth, strong commercial performance, and the noticeable mark it has made in the wine and spirits industry since its inception. Well, there you go. Do it. Show them how we do it, Lars. Show them how we do it in Tobago. So, chocolate rum, gold chocolate rum, was very, very, very prestigious and deserving of the accolades that came with it. We then go to The Guardian. Karen de Freitas Fraser, centering Caribbean women in the fashion world. Vinci designer Karen de Freitas Fraser has been making waves in the world of fashion, revolutionizing Caribbean wear with her visionary approach to centering the Caribbean woman in the global fashion discourse. Yes, born and raised in St. Vincent with the family and roots also in TNT, de Freitas Fraser, who styles under the moniker Josephine de Freitas, is not only a designer and stylist with international experience and acclaim, no, but also a social entrepreneur with a deeply rooted passion for retelling our stories at the core of her work. Yes. I don't know about you, but I love it when our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean are doing wonderful things. We have a unique gift, we have unique history, and we also have unique culture. And it's so amazing when these factors come together and create masterpieces of artwork. So the Daily Express is next. A family Bajan. A family that prays together stays together. Chutney act Rick Ram Ramutar is putting that old adage into a practice with the release of a reworked cover of the popular praise Bajan Jai Radha Madhava. Yes, Ramutar includes his entire family on the Wiz Studio produced project featuring his wife Vanessa, 15-year-old daughter Candy, and 8-year-old son RJ on the chorus. The cover track, originally sung by the legendary Indian singer-composer Jagit Singh, translates to a victory to Radha and Madhav. Madhav is Sanskrit name for the Hindu god Lord Krishna, and Radha is said to be his divine lover. Ooh la la. You guys need to check out the Newsday, the Trinidad Guardian, and of course, the Daily Express. And let me just take the time to say to you, just in case no one has told you today, you are special, you are beautiful, and you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Which brings me to the wonderful persons that are going to be gracing the brunch set today. It's a lovely show, and you guys need to stay with us and be a part of what we have to offer here on Tobago Updates Television. Let me also take the time to say good morning to Miss Candice Jackson. Good morning, Tobago, which went before me. And blessings to each and everyone on the technical crew. Yes, you guys are working so hard. And I want you to know that I truly love, admire, and appreciate you. So who is on today? Oh, my. My first guest, Mr. Xavier King, former vice principal of the Signal Hill Secondary School, mentor, educator, dancer, you name it. And this guy, this wonderful gentleman has done it. Our Life Diaries segment is first, and Mr. King joins us, and we are going to just delve in a bit about the man who is Xavier King. Next, we have our Eye on Bagel segment. Now, if you guys were paying attention, I spoke about Tobago Gold Rum and the proprietor, CEO, Lars Soderstrom, who is joining us today. And we're going to discuss just a bit about his business and what it's like to receive the award Entrepreneurs of the Year. So you guys don't want to miss that. Also, our very good friend joins us for our Agro Corner segment. Dr. Paul Crooks joins us today as a member of the Horticultural Show Committee. He is going to recap, of course, World Food Day celebrations for 2023 and also the Horticultural Show, which is carded to be hosted at the Food Hub. So we just want to say a pleasant good morning to the Division of Agriculture. We just want to say to the proprietors there, to the secretaries, to everyone who is involved in sustainable development. And it's so fitting for the name that your division carries. Now, those of you who are joining us for the first time, we usually have our agricultural enthusiasts and officers in our space on Monday. So that is a part of our agricultural corner. And also, Nathia Job, CEO and educator of Tiny Fanatics, joins us. We're going to delve in to just a bit of a backstory from then till now with Nathia on her journey through education and art, culture, you name it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We have a packed show for you. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to give you guys, tongue twister there. I'm going to give you guys just a moment to get yourselves ready and be seated and waiting and willing to see what we have for you on brunch today. So we're going to take a break and we're going to be right back with more brunch, a taste of Tobago. See you guys soon.
You know, who would I ever believe, Jessica could take care of a child,
I know, right? I'm a kinship foster parent to my nephew Malik.
Papa, you remind me of my grandmother, you know, when she used to take care of my cousins.
If I didn't step in, I don't know where he would have ended up. Plus, I get support from Children's Authority, training, and counseling.
But Jessica, you not married?
That doesn't matter. Once you have a safe home and you're related to the child, you're good.
So they just gave money to do this?
Yeah, they do give me some money.
So, Auntie, you can buy all my games for me?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Malik, but that money's to take care of you. Okay, smubble up, beans.
I will not try. Mommy, you can buy.
No.
Wait, I didn't even finish my sentence.
About Lamborghini, you can get lamb stew for lunch.
Auntie Jessica could only come when you come in, because all them does do is talk people business.
Malakaya Malikole going on the bed.
But Mommy, the boy don't even live here.
Yeah, go to your bunkers.
What? Bunkers? Where's that?
I think I'm getting pretty good at this.
car break down.
Oh, no, not again.
And you're worried paying a wrecker could mean a pocket breakdown too. But when you're insured with Tatil, no stress.
Yes!
A Tatil motor policy has lots of benefits that protect your pocket, like free roadside assistance. That's free 24/7 every time, as many times as you need. Tatil, where people are people. A member of the Answer Macau Group.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material.
Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive Collection. Now exclusively available at Standard.
And we are back with Brunch, a taste of Tobago. So guys, I know that I gave you the instructions before I left you. So you're ready and you're in for what we have to offer. So before I went to the break, I would have mentioned a very special gentleman who sits in my midst today on Brunch, a taste of Tobago. I was very privileged to be a part of his tenure for a short while, but in that short space of time, you know, he served as so much more than an educator. He was a mentor to many. He was an example to many, and he never backed down in having those conversations with the young men and the young women. And that is one of the things that I admired from inception. And so it gives me great pleasure, it gives me great honor to welcome our guest. His signature shirts and matching ties have earned him the admiration of both teachers and students. Also, one of the greatest parts of this story is that this young gentleman sitting right here is one of the first past students to assume principalship of the Signal Hill Secondary School. Kings and queens, please welcome to the brunch set, Mr. Xavier King. Good morning.
Good morning to you and good morning to the entire Tobago and Trinidad and by extension the world.
Yes, because I mean,
Yeah,
it's a space that
a
is it's
space
so
that is-
vast right now. Everybody's looking.
Yeah,
So it's not
yeah.
just us.
Yeah,
Yeah. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for giving us your time.
thank you. I'm delighted to be here
Yeah.
this morning. Yeah,
You
I'm
did
delighted.
so much though.
Yeah,
Where do you find the time? Because it's like you do so much, you know, in education and mentorship, you know, and that is so important, especially for our young men who seem to have some challenges,
Yeah.
you know, socially.
yeah. One of the reasons though, I try to keep fit and eat well and so on. So I have the energy to deal with them because, you know, they're very energized, you know. And then if you want to give your best and you want to give back to them, then you need to be, you know, ready and willing to share and to be something like them so that you'll be able to communicate with them successfully, you know. So-
And be able to there's a level that you have to be able to reach them
Yeah.
on any level. So it's not that you're up here
Yeah.
and they're down here and then you're talking at them as opposed to talking to them.
To them.
Yeah.
Because because one of the things is that you know, when you're adult and so on, you tend to want to shall I say, you know, be like the big stick over them, but you know, you have to be with them, as you said, with them, so that you'll be able to understand them fully. And so therefore you'll be able to design your time and your program to suit them so that they will be sort of, you know, elevated, you know. You must be in a situation where they are comfortable to come to you and speak with you, because sometimes at home they don't get that kind of closeness.
Yeah, and
So as an
comfort.
educator, you know, you do all kind of things. You're a doctor, you're a nurse,
Yeah,
you're a mentor, you're a
psychologist.
psychologist,
Oh my gosh.
sociologist. So you
It's
have
a
to
full
perform
day.
that role.
Yeah,
you
it's a
have to.
full it's a
Yeah.
full day. And this is one of the reasons why I love doing this show, because we get to really delve in to the men
Yes.
and women who sit before us. And in with educators, you guys play such a phenomenal role, not just academically, not just in that developmental stage, but in terms of social behavior, ethics, moral values, and all of these pivotal things that
Yeah.
we need in our society. And you know, taking care of the human resource is a wonderful thing.
Yes, yes, because while we are not perfect as human beings, we, you know, you have to get them at a place where they are comfortable
Yes.
to study and to learn. And therefore, you have to take care of all these needs, the psychological, the physiological needs of these students.
Yeah.
Because barring that, they will not learn. You know, you can't come to school and you're hungry and the teacher is in front of the class and you know, and you misbehave and we blame them for misbehaving. But in fact, what happens is that if you are hungry, you're restless, and you would not want to take in what the teacher is offering. So you
Definitely.
become
Yeah.
disruptive. So you have to play that kind of role, make them comfortable first, you know, find out what their needs are. And you know, I listened to the program and you mentioned, if nobody didn't tell you, but they love you this morning, you know? I'm telling you that. So that is the kind of reaching out you have to reach out to them, to make them comfortable.
Definitely.
And therefore they will be able to learn. You know?
So it's holistic.
Holistic all the way.
It's
And
holistic.
you know, as a teacher, you have to prepare yourself for that. You know, I mean, some people come into the profession and they not expect those kind of qualities you have to have in order to help the students. You know,
Yeah.
come in, you're all bright and academic, and you have content knowledge and so on, but you know, you need more than that in order for a student to relax and study.
Yeah.
You need more than that.
But
Yeah.
where did it start for you? If we could go
Yeah.
back just a bit, did you always want to be an educator? Let's start there.
Not really, you know. If you want to go back, I could go back from infants. But not really. I graduated in '87, and I was waiting. Actually, I applied to do a statistics job in Trinidad, and I also applied to do teaching. And incidentally, they called me on the 11th of November, 1987 to teach. And as soon as I was called into the profession, a letter came from Trinidad stating that they will employ me as a statistician, one, in the division in Trinidad. So I contemplated taking up, well, I started to teach. So I contemplated whether I should leave and go. And I decided, I said, let me stay here, because one thing I recognized too, there were a limited amount of males in the teaching profession. So I said, let me stick around and see what this is like. If not, I always have the option to go to Trinidad, you know. And so I sat here and I, you know, said, you know, think about many things. It means relocation. It means a new real life in Trinidad, because the life in Trinidad and life in Tobago is different.
Yes.
And I had just returned from Jamaica and I know what the life was all about. So I decided I'll stay in Tobago and help those young kids and so on. And that is how it was. But I really did not, my emphasis was not on really teaching as such. But I know my former principal had said that you'll make a good teacher. That is Lionel P. Mitchell. He had the school tie at Bacalet. So I really didn't take him on really because I say I'm going to teach it. But you know, when you are at that age, you're looking at lucrative professions and
Yes,
so
something
on,
that
and
is going to
yeah,
bring you some
and so on. So
funding.
yes, that kind of thing. Then you really don't look at it, but I glad I went into it. You know, I had the opportunity to change and impact a lot of lives in
Right.
Trinidad and Tobago, and also a lot of past students. Some of them I don't even remember, but they remember me because at the
Yes.
time I was more or less mature, but they were still growing, so they look different.
Yes.
So I'm really thrilled that I have been able to impact a lot of young lives and so on. And guide them, give them encouragement and so on, and you set your life in a particular kind of way so that they will want to look at you as a role model. Although you're not perfect as a being, but
Yes,
at least
but
you
you're
set
helping
us help,
and you're
yeah,
setting out to
yeah,
change
that
lives.
kind of thing,
Yeah.
So that's basically it, yeah.
What about, because you currently hold a Bachelor of Science, double major, mathematics, economics, and an associate degree in computer science.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the 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 modes of study that I just mentioned. And it's like it takes so much brain power to study this material. What was that like for you?
Okay, but initially, well, if I give you a background history, I went to the Catholic houses school,
Right.
primary school. They were very. If it's one thing you learn there is about discipline and about praying,
Yes.
because they were controlled by the Catholics and the nuns and so on. And one thing I learned, the high level of discipline and so on. But at that stage, I really didn't settle down to do any kind of serious work. And I feel as well, this is my opinion, that going to school, I went to school at 4. I think I wasn't ready really. I should have been there like about 7. But anyway, I was not really serious in terms of the material at primary.
Yes.
Because for me, playing was my thing, playing a lot. So I went through that process there where I failed the first common entrance. Yeah. And I failed the second common entrance. I had 2 chances. And then I went on to do the exam, because at that time you had exams to go to convent.
Right.
And I also failed that. So I decided, time to get serious.
Yeah.
And I really buckled along and get serious. And then I went to Tide. Tide was a private school there where you had to pay. So, I decided at that point, and I remember my father telling me that is either you get a watch or you get a ski electric set, because I was always at him to buy me a ski electric set. Buy me a ski electric set.
Yes.
And at that point, I said, okay. He asked me, is either one or the other? So I said, look, now, I want a watch. Because I wanted to get serious at that age, I find, it was time at that age. So I decided, I want to watch, I want to time myself, because I'm getting serious with this kind of thing now. So I went to Thai and I did successful. I was successful at the London exams, and I went to Signal Hill Secondary School,
Right.
where I did my A-levels, right? And at Thai, I met this guy, Mr. Toby. I'll always remember him because he taught math so simple. Because that time I was not here or there. I did not challenge myself yet to determine or to see whether or not I will be able to do these subjects. And he taught math so simple. And I say, you know what? I don't need a maths teacher again. I'll do it on my own, So I bought all the books. In those days, you had 3 maths books. You all got it easy. You had one algebra only, you had geometry only, and you had arithmetic only. So I bought those and others, and I started doing my work in mathematics and so on. So I studied it, which I found was a joy, and so on. And to me, it was very easy. And I went to Signal Hill Secondary School, and one of the few students who did mathematics, A-levels, further mathematics and economics. Right? So I found it very, easy, because I put my mind to it. it's not a matter about easy because I say you're bright or whatever it is. You know, once you put your mind to something and you dedicate and you have a passion for something, then I decided, look, mathematics, economics, whatever I'm doing, I'm putting my mind to it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that difficult as you seem to say. Right. And then after I graduated, some years follow, I went to do my computer because I recognized that the computer was now coming out into the world in a very serious way. Excuse me. So I did a degree associate in computer.
All right,
science,
and we're going to talk some more about that when we return. We're going to take a break, guys, and we're going to be right back with more Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. See you guys soon.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Wait, I don't even have suit and thing for this wedding. Why getting them thing?
For the port right over there.
Alright, thanks.
The Port Mall, where the varieties are large from your favorite stores, from restaurants to salons and from clothing stores to jewelry stores, located at Sanctus Hill, Scarborough, Tobago. Telephone number is 868-334-6589.
Wow. I didn't expect to see you here. Look good.
Thanks. It's all because of you and Port Mall. But here now I'm going to our wedding. You want to join me?
Yeah, that's okay.
Alright.
Beat the rush and come on down to the Port Mall.
Mamai Lakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now 333-4430 at Mamai Lakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level.
feeling in the Latin mood.
yeah, salsa.
You know, come and do some. I told you guys. I told you so many things this gentleman has done. But tell me about Latin dance. Bronze level 1 in Latin and ballroom dancing. When did you start with Latin dancing?
Well, when I graduated in school, that's when I graduated at sixth form in school. You know, they normally have the ball for the students and so on, right?
Mhm.
So I participated in that, and I found at that stage that I really love dancing, ballroom and Latin dancing and so on. So I sort of pursued it after I finished studying.
Right.
I went to Mona, Jamaica. I pursued it and I came back. And I, you know, continued when I started teaching. I continued to teach ballroom and Latin with limited skills, of course, but, you know, it developed after. But what I knew, I taught that to the students and so on, right? And it developed after a while. And then I started doing exams, you know, the international exams.
Right, yeah.
That is, we have a tutor coming from England to test us, right? So I started first with bronze 1.
Right.
And I just completed bronze 2. I got honors in bronze 1.
Right.
I just completed bronze 2 in ballroom and Latin dancing. So I intend to go right up to gold level.
Yeah, you
And,
should.
it's very nice. It's relaxing. It's part of me, I think. You know?
I think so
love
because
the
it's
dancing.
natural, and I'm
Yeah,
looking at your hand placement is
Yeah.
good. You know, the way that you're holding your partner.
Yeah.
You know, it's
critical.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know, when they examine you, you have different holes for different dances, for different, you know. So it's really nice. It's critical. It presents a nice challenge for me,
Right.
which I don't intend to backdog, you know.
Yeah.
You
No,
know, keep
you
it very
shouldn't.
interesting, you
It's
know?
very interesting.
Yeah.
And you know, you're involved in so many spheres because we started out with education and we're into dance now, and of course sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tennis.
Well, tennis, yeah. Well, when I came back from studying here, I actually pick up tennis then, you know, because I studied in Jamaica, and I recognized too that the Jamaicans, they love sports. As you can see from the performance. So when I came back here, I decided that I will continue my lawn tennis. And I took part in these competitions and so on. And of course, in this men's senior, Royal Banks, men's senior, I won it a couple of times. The competition, and that's national, Trinidad and Tobago, because
Right.
you had players coming up from Trinidad and so on. So I was delighted to win these couple of trophies and so on, because I told myself at the end of the day, when I started playing, my objective was to win some trophies, right? And I did that. So I'm very happy that I set that particular goal and achieved it.
Yes.
I was saying win one, but I won more than one trophy.
Yes.
So
And
that's good.
congratulations,
Thank
because
you,
you're
thank you.
showing, you
Yeah.
know, we need to celebrate our sons and daughters who are just doing wonderful things for humanity. That is one of the reasons that I love, and I want to say thank you to my producer, Mr. Anton Parks. Good morning to you, for really delving in and looking and choosing men and women such as yourself to just come and sit, just come and, you know, let the viewers get a chance to know you. And you find out so many things. You find out so many about so many contributions that you would have made.
Yeah. And you see, the thing is that, you know, when you set out to do these things to fulfill, you know, to me, that's happiness. Once I have that within me, you know, to do things not necessarily for money, but, you know, when you reflect on your life, you recognize that, you know, you have something positive to think about. You are involved in this, you know. You play tennis, you know, this kind of thing, you know, when you're in your down moments, you think about these things and you sort of get in the mode to get back to where you're supposed to be.
Yes.
You know, and it's great to do these things. It's also great for the students as well to see that, look, you know, long ago you look at a teacher very
Yes,
stiff and stern and so on, and you don't recognize a teacher doing these things, doing that. The amount of things I do and I enjoy, you know,
Mhm.
you know.
But that just speaks to, but that's a character, that's a characteristic. That's your personal way of navigating through life because you want to help. You want to be that beacon of positivity.
Yeah.
And it shows because we mentioned at the beginning of the interview that you go to the level that the student is at.
Yeah.
You're able to reach them at any level. So there's a comfort there in knowing that, hey, I can do this. I can be myself and it's okay.
Yeah. You see, when you by yourself and you sit down and in your moments, these are the things that come to your mind that relaxes you, that you have impacted a life, you know. Like, for example, some of the students you pass and you tell them good morning, and they're just waiting for the good morning. How are you
Yes.
today, you know? And you sit down and you relax and you say, these are the things that make you a human being, you know, that kind of thing. And these are the way you gain respect from these students and so on. So they don't ever pass me on the streets,
Yes.
you know, and so on, you know. Say, sir, how you going, you know? I'm not in school for a little while now. And say, sir, I said, okay, how you doing?
Yeah.
You know, so you know that you made an indelible impact on their lives, you know, and that's great because we need to have the human side of people, you know. These days,
Indeed.
all kind of things happening, and you need to see that side, that good morning, that how you're doing, you know. But sometimes you just need that, and you just need that for the day, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
So I am happy that I have been able to have that kind of impact on this life of students.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things that speaks to you so very candidly, your ability to motivate. I can speak on that factually, as a matter of fact. You may not remember, but I remember, you know, just one instance where, because remember on the break, you were asking me about singing, if I'm singing, if I'm still doing arts and culture. And I remember you distinctively, Mr. King, I would never forget, entering into a cultural space that was not very friendly. I wasn't I did not have that opportunity to be met with, you know, a friendly and welcoming space culturally. And I remember you giving me, you know, just a few words. We didn't talk for a very long time. It wasn't a sermon or anything, but you basically told me that, you know, it's okay. Just push on through. This is what you love to do. Push on through. Do your always endeavor to do your best.
Yeah.
And these are the things that you don't forget. These are the things that may be very minute in what your experiences are, but you just don't forget things like these. You know?
Yeah, these are the little things that make things work. You know, because one of the things, you know, when I started to teach as well, I just try to pass on, you know, what you learn from others. And the thing is, you must try to have a passion for things. I think many Tobanians, you know, you don't have a passion for things, so it just started and it stopped.
Yeah.
So you must learn to have a passion, a likeness for something, and in your down moments, and these are the things that pull you out, passion. So that sometimes, you know, I so like maths, again, and something else, I just go and let me just work out a little problem.
Yeah,
you know?
just take you to that place, as we
Yeah.
say, or happy place.
Yes, you know, so I tend to encourage the students as well, you know, motivate them, because one of the things, regardless of the circumstances, if you're not motivated, you will not be willing to do things, you know, and I normally tell them nothing good come easily. So you motivate them to achieve. It's not easy, but you're going to make it.
Yeah.
That kind of motivation. Because even the other day, a student was reminding me And that's so much, you say so many things that you don't remember.
Yes, because there's so many of us
yes,
that you would have been in contact
I
with.
better go in politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were motivated. Yeah, she was mentioning to me about how, I motivated her so much, and, to study and, pass the subjects and so on, which was excellent.
Yeah.
So I said, I feel good,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get the big salary as, others, but
the voice
there's
of
a
the voice
inward
of
peace.
the yes, the voice of the students that you touched. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's not about the trophies and the rewards. These are wonderful. These are very good, tokens to have of appreciation. But the voices of the persons that you helped, the pupils that you would have made a positive impact on their lives. And we just want to thank you for being with us. We just want to thank you for giving us your time and continue being that voice of perseverance and encouragement to our young people. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and I was delighted to be here, especially when you're interviewed by your past students.
Yes,
So,
yes. And there
that
you go,
means-
past students. And then you come in and you see your past students. And that's a moment
that made
there.
me feel proud.
Yeah, that's a moment
proud
there
moment,
as well.
Proud moment. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. So we're going to take a break. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, a taste of Tobago. But before that, let me just mention the trivia question, guys. Where in Tobago is Governor Bridge located? So you guys get to typing. I'm very anxious to see what you come up with. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, a taste of Tobago. See you guys soon.
Jimmy's Holiday Resorts has 1, 2, and 3 bedroom, fully self-contained apartments located at the heart of Crown Point. Minutes walk to the popular beaches, restaurants, bars, and the airport. Enjoy our amazing amenities such as fully equipped apartments, complete with Wi-Fi, AC, TV, and a pool, and a mini-mart on the compound. Call 639-8292 or 8929. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts is your family's home away from home.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
You know, who would have ever believe Jessica could take care of a child,
I know, right? I'm a kinship foster parent to my nephew Malik.
Papa, you remind me of my grandmother, when she used to take care of my cousins.
If I didn't step in, I don't know where he would have ended up. Plus, I get support from Children's Authority, training, and counseling.
But Jessica, you not married?
That doesn't matter once you have a safe home and you're related to the child. You're good.
So they just gave money to do this?
Yeah, they do give me some money.
So, Auntie, you can buy all that I get for me?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Malik, but that money's to take care of you. Okay, smubble up is.
I went and try. Mommy, you can buy.
No.
Wait, I didn't even finish my sentence.
About Lamborghini, you could get lamb stew for lunch.
Auntie Jessica could only come when you come in, because all them does do is talk people business.
Malakai, I'm only going on the bed.
But mommy, the boy don't even live here.
Yeah, go to your bunkers.
What? Bunkers? Where's that?
I think I'm getting pretty good at this.
And we are back. Oh my gosh, I was just speaking with my next guest. I am so honored that he's here because the award Entrepreneur of the Year is something that is huge for any business modem, for any business entity. And you know, Tobago Gold Rum. Now, I told you about the Tobago rhythm. I told you about the way we do things. I told you about the beauty that we have when visitors come to our shores, they do not want to leave. And so my next guest speaks to that. Lars Soderstrom is here with us, and he is the CEO of Tobago Gold Rum. So Lars, good morning to you.
Good morning.
And thank you so much for sitting with me. Thank you so much for taking the time. How are you today? How are you doing today?
Oh, for a Monday morning, very good.
It's Monday.
We are. Thank you for inviting us for me to take part to the mornings. I appreciate that. We've had a fantastic couple of days since we were given this award on Thursday night.
Right.
So we got a lot of attention and compliments, and people noticed the whole thing. So we are very excited.
Yeah,
Let's put it that way.
It's an exciting time, you know, and I know that you must have had quite a journey in getting to this point. So just tell me a bit about Tobago Gold Rum and where and how did it start for you?
Yes, that's it's actually a bit mind-blowing to myself because I started experimenting in my kitchen in Arnoldsville 3 years ago.
Right.
Now, it started before that because when I'm originally from Sweden. I've been here for 23 years and my wife is from Trinidad. I love nature like we all do in Tobago and like we tend to do in Northern Europe. But so I was able to acquire a cocoa estate, one of the older cocoa estates in Trinidad.
Right.
Which goes back to actually the Amerindians lived there. So we have on that land and up in the hills of the northern range, we have the biggest Amerindian stone carving in Trinidad. So the Amerindians lived there and they say it was holy land to them because of the beauty and the location. And then the settlers came, the Spanish, and started cultivating cocoa.
Right.
And I got involved in renovating this thing. So I learned about cocoa and the history and trying to figure out how can we increase the production, how can we be sustainable. With the cost of land and the labor and the hilly nature, it's very difficult to do from cocoa beans. So we then looked at perhaps we could produce chocolate. And we had some ideas that they didn't really work out because our joint venture partner, CEO in Grenada had an accident and died. But then we started thinking about, what about cocoa tea? So about 3 years ago, we started blending in my kitchen in Arnoldsville, cocoa tea, you know. So I've been bringing cocoa tea solids to Europe. When I was invited for dinner, I would bring cocoa tea and grate it and put it in milk and rum, and people liked it. So I knew even foreigners loved this thing. So that was what inspired me to start trying to put it with rum 3 years ago. And it's kind of mind-blowing then to be nominated as the Entrepreneur of the Year and have such fantastic reception from the international markets.
Yeah.
So as I was saying on Thursday night, it shows the power of dreaming and innovation.
Yes.
If you try, it could happen. It doesn't always happen that you succeed, but if you don't try, you cannot succeed. But if you try, you could succeed. And that is surprising us all, how we can work out of Tobago, come up with a product and have international success.
Yes, and international acclaim as well, because to even be nominated for such an award.
Yes.
It
was interesting when we first launched. So basically, this is a COVID baby. I started experimenting in my kitchen in Arnoldsvale end of 2019. Went to Europe with a prototype. First to New York for a couple of days and then to Italy and Sweden just before COVID. And I was actually in Torino, northern Italy, a week before northern Italy was shut down with COVID. So just before COVID, we were in Europe and we had trials and people liked the prototype. We formed partnerships and then back in. So during COVID, we basically built the company and finished the product. And when COVID was more or less finished, we got an opportunity to exhibit for the first time, which we did in Berlin. And since then, we've had we won the first award about just a month before. So we got about 25 international awards. I think because cocoa tea is an interesting blend, the cocoa and the spices with rum.
It is, indeed.
People like it, the cocoa and spices is an interesting mixture. Then we took a lot of the sugar out. Because another thing that inspired me was people like to sip rum and have dark chocolate on the side. Well, what is dark chocolate? Dark chocolate is maximum cocoa, minimum sugar, minimum fat and milk.
Yes.
So that's what we did. It's basically like drinking dark chocolate with rum, the cocoa tea way. So
so that mixture though speaks so many volumes, because it's like you're getting so much from just one sip, and it speaks to uniqueness. It's unique.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's something that people would want to experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
My marketing director, she's French actually, she's from Campari. She made Aperol world famous, if you know that drink.
Yeah.
So she took it from a little brand within Campari to world famous. And she keeps telling me, it's good to be different. So our drink is very different in that it's very spicy and it doesn't have as much sugar and calories. Whereas if you compare to some world famous brands who have cream liqueurs, they typically have that. So we are different. And she keeps telling me, it's very good to be different, so you're profiled. Now, we're different both in terms of offering the spices and the lower sugar, but also the fact that it is an innovation and it's a historic product of the Caribbean.
Yes.
People like that, something different. It's not just American and European, it's exotic. So one of the things that inspired me was a very successful product from South Africa, which had a traditional drink using the fruits that the elephants eat to get high, supposedly.
So it gives you that euphoria. It's like
supposedly elephants get drunk on that fruit.
Right.
But anyhow, so that inspired me because that's also from an exotic part of the world, South Africa, and they've had a lot of international success.
Yes.
So if they could do it in Africa, why can't we do it from the Caribbean?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And it's just been going ever since.
Well, we are still smaller, but we've been on the market for 2 years. But things are happening quickly. We've been able to create a lot of interest among distributors. And we've been getting a lot of awards. In the last 2 months, we won double gold at the biggest show in the world. That's in San Francisco Wine and Spirit Show. And in London, we have won many awards. So we won another one. But the first one in Asia, which is very exciting, in Hong Kong. So I think that's kind of confirms that the drink has a high quality, which we know it does. The ingredients are very high quality.
Yes.
And that excites us, and it gives us some credibility when we talk to distributors around the world. So we're having fun.
Yeah.
But I also hope this can inspire others to try, because to me, living in Tobago and work on a serious brand building project on the biggest markets in the world shows other people could do that as well.
Definitely.
To be entrepreneurship, to live in paradise and work on a serious project is something that could be duplicated in other areas.
Definitely. I love the fact that you called the Tobago space paradise.
Well,
What made you want to stay? I know you visited Tobago, but you stayed. What made you want to stay in Tobago?
Well, I just love the gorgeous nature and the relaxed. I mean, we have the second best quality air in the world, the air rating. So we have fantastic air, the beautiful seas, and the ecotourism profile, which is it's a real privilege to live here, I think.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So the challenge is how can I work here? how can I earn a keep?
Yes.
And I've been able to be fortunate enough here to find a balance between living in paradise and working on a serious project.
Yeah, but who is Team Chocolate Gold Rum? Who would you mention as a part of your team?
Oh yes, we have. Well, one interesting thing is that when I started this in my kitchen, I have no idea about the alcohol industry.
Yeah.
So I had to reach out and ask for help, advice, both for the board and also how to sell and market the products. So we have some key experts in Europe that we have recruited, both on the board. So we have the former CEO of the biggest alcohol company in the world on our board. But we also, in our staff, sales and marketing is headed by experts from the alcohol industry, Campari, Pernod Ricard, and others. And then we work with talented marketing people and management people here in the Caribbean. So 60% of our staff is in Trinidad and Tobago. 2/3 are women, and the chairperson is a woman as well from Trinidad. So it's a combination of experts from Europe together with people from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, and it's like you're spanning globally because I'm listening to you and I'm listening to the entities which make up your team. And it's so amazing that you can be in different parts of the world. You're in various parts of the world, various parts of the region, and still have that cohesiveness which you need in order to have successful business, as entrepreneurship success in that regard, which brings me back to what we were speaking on earlier, which is like the human aspect of things, because you cannot ignore the human aspect.
No. Exactly, no. We couldn't have done what we are doing if we didn't have the Zoom meetings, which we have every day.
Right.
So basically, we all work from home except for the little office in Norrisvale. So we use Zoom meetings all the time, every day, both internally and also to business partners.
Right.
And then, of course, it is not easy to manage when people live in our case, 5 countries. Huh?
Yes.
So, for instance, our head of sales, she's in Turkey. Our head of marketing is in southern France. The person responsible for manufacturing logistics is in Sweden. And then we manage the content management and a lot of the international marketing from Tobago and Trinidad.
Yeah.
So we are spread out. It gives us strength. It can also be a challenge how to manage and communicate. When you can't meet, you can't go down to the pub and have a beer together. So we get when we get opportunities to meet at exhibitions and so forth, we enjoy that time together.
Yeah, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
But that is the expertise that we've been able to attract is important because now I worked across the Caribbean a little bit as an advisor to Inter-American Development Bank. So I've had the opportunity to do projects in Haiti, Jamaica, down to Suriname, Guyana, Barbados, and so forth.
Right.
So I've seen the region a little bit, and I know compared to if you live in Miami or in London, where you can take your car and drive to a major exhibition or a major customer. The challenge for us, we are often isolated a little bit too much.
That's one of the challenges that you guys face. Yeah.
Exactly. So by the way we built the company, both in terms of the team and the board, and also we have partners in manufacturing and distribution. We have gotten around that. And that could be a model for other entrepreneurs too, not just to think, what do we have in Trinidad and Tobago, and then we go to Barbados, but how do we conquer the US, or how do we conquer England or India?
Yeah, and you know what is so interesting about you, Lars, is you dabbled in so many things. So we were talking before, and you were mentioning you had worked in media.
Yes.
You know, what was that like? Was it so very exciting? Because it sounds exciting the way you speak about it, but was that that excitement in
Yes, you
terms
know,
of
when you
working
start out
media?
as a young person, you don't know where you will end up often. So I'm born in Sweden, but then I had a father who was in international business who taught me you need to learn languages and marketing and see the world a little bit. So my first job was outside Philadelphia. And then I worked in England and Germany and France and so forth. So the international experience I've had have taught me that there are lots of opportunities. You know, there are major markets and major opportunities. And people are open-minded to work with you if you just present it properly.
Definitely.
So I started out as an engineer. Then I had the opportunity to study business. So I'm basically a business developer and general manager. And if you're a generalist, you can apply that to different industries. So I've been in everything from ball bearings to batteries to video conferencing and BBC. Happened to run CBC in Barbados, which is the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. And so yes, I would never been expected when I started out to be in so many different industries. And I've enjoyed, this is one of the most fun ones.
Yeah.
But one of the things I like about alcohol industry is everybody knows what they want. They taste it and they know right away, I like it or I don't like it.
Yes.
It's not a technical product with lots of specification. It's an instant feedback. And people are happy also typically in it. It's a young, dynamic, entertaining industry. So outside working in TV, I think it was the most fun job I've
that's
had.
fun. That's always fun. But what would you say to our viewers if you had to inspire someone today? What would you say to them?
No, I think big. If I had to do my life again, you know, be bold, think big. If you have a dream, go for it, try it, be ambitious in your thinking about it. And when you don't know, reach out and ask for help. Because one of the things I've learned through my father and in my life is if you reach out and ask people for advice, they will advise you and often they will help you.
Yes.
It's not all about money. It's about relationships. So dreaming big and trying, and then get the information, you know, find out about the market and who the buyers and competitors are. So you can live in the Caribbean and think big.
Yes, you can, definitely.
Yes, because I grew up in a small country. And we are actually an island, actually. Sweden is an island.
Right.
And we're surrounded by water and everything. But we then invest a lot in traveling overseas. Youth exchange, I think, is an opportunity for the Caribbean. To send our young children in high school and so forth overseas for a year or so. That opens your eyes. To me, that was when I was a little boy at 13. I spent a summer in Scotland. Different culture, different language, different habits.
And you learn so much.
Yeah, that opens your mind to think differently and think about, oh yes, this could be possible. So I think dreaming big, ask for help, and partner with people.
Yeah. So how can we reach out to you, Lars? Your social media tags, telephone numbers, if any. We're getting ready to wrap, but we're just gonna let you tell us how we can reach out to you.
Yeah, tobagogold.com. We also have Tobago Gold on Instagram, Facebook. So you can reach us via the social media. My number is 495-2552, 495-2552. So that's my cell phone. You can reach us there. And we'd be happy to, we like to get feedback and interact with our customers. So we are happy to hear from everybody. And we are trying to reach out to more people than we already are. So.
Well, we are definitely going to reach out, and we thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining us. We wish you so much success in your upcoming endeavors. From our family to yours, we wish you blessings and we wish you peace.
Thank you so much
Yeah?
for inviting me.
So we're going to take a break, guys. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. Before we do that, let me just mention our trivia question again. Where in Tobago is Governor Bridge located? So you guys stay tuned for the answer. I'm hoping that someone gets it. We're going to be right back with Brunch, guys. A Taste of Tobago. See ya.
Full disclosure with the executive every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on Tobago Updates. Real questions and honest conversations with the sole aim of keeping you fully in the know. Full disclosure with the executive every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on Tobago Updates.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material.
Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive Collection. Now exclusively available at Standard.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Welcome back to Brunch, guys. I am so honored that you're staying with us. Thank you so much. You know, my next guest, I was just speaking to him. We haven't had a chance to talk for a while, but it's always so interesting when he's here because there's so much information that is passed on. So to the viewers, I know that you guys were wondering about World Food Day. You were wondering about the Lamb Fest. We have the horticultural show. All these events you guys wanted to know about. And so we have the chance to have that discussion this morning. Dr. Paul Crooks joins us. Now, Dr. Crooks is a staple of this brunch set. You know, he's an accomplished veterinarian. But today, he is coming as a representative to speak on World Food Day green markets, Lamb Fest, you name it. And good morning to the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment, and of course, Sustainable Development. We thank you so much for your navigation into the agricultural sector, and we wish you success as you go forward. So, Dr. Crooks, thank you so much, and good morning to you.
Thank you very much for having me. Good morning.
How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I've been on vacation actually.
Oh, well, okay,
even before the World
seen
Food
you.
Day, I was on vacation. Even before the
Okay.
Lamb Fest, officially.
Right.
But I've been trying my best to support the events and support the division and the activities that we want to really push and see
Mhm.
succeed.
Right.
So that's what we've been working towards.
So tell me, was it a bumper season? What feedback are we getting? Let's start with the Lamb Fest, because this was the first ever Lamb Fest that was, implemented and celebrated. What's the feedback like, if we needed to recap on that?
Yeah, so I'm going to be very realistic about what happened.
Right.
Not necessarily throw positive light or positive spins where there are things that could have been improved.
Right.
I definitely would mention that because that's how we learn, that's how we grow. For the Lamb Festival, it was extremely well attended.
Mm-hmm.
I think the idea was very well received by members of the public. Our marketing efforts paid off.
Right.
And we had many, many persons come. However, as a result of that, now the way the Lamb Festival was planned, there were certain caterers who were selected and they would purchase lamb through TADCO,
Mhm.
and then they would prepare that lamb and sell the food. Of course, the idea was to have unique presentations and hopefully recipes going out as well. What happened is ultimately we didn't have recipes going out. So 2024, it
Look
will
out
be
for
a
the
requirement.
recipes, yes.
Mhm. Additionally, because the caterers were cagey about how much of an audience they would have coming to this Lamb Festival, they didn't want to make a big investment and take a big risk by purchasing 200 pounds of lamb. So many of the caterers purchased 30 to 50 pounds of lamb,
Mhm.
which was incredibly small considering ultimately how successful the event was, how many people
Yes.
came by. And even leading up to the event, we had caterers pulling out even up to the week before because they weren't sure what's going to happen
Yeah,
and
they
they didn't
will.
want to take the risk. Now that it's an established, successful event where many, many persons came, I think there'll be no doubt in 2024 caterers will be prepared that, okay, we're going to have many persons coming in. They'll be coming straight through from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. as advertised.
Right.
And we must be able to feed them. So on the one hand, we had caterers who left having sold out of everything they brought. That's good for them, but it also meant that some of the caterers were there for 2 hours because they sold out in 2 hours, which meant that on their side, while it's good they sold out, they don't have any spoiled food to talk about, they also missed a huge crowd that came later on. And part of the issue is, while we predicted maybe about 2,000 people would come in person, and we possibly had somewhere in that region, people didn't only buy for themselves. They
That's it.
bought for their families at home. You know, people came after church, so it was 5 people together. But then, even though 5 people came, they are buying for their parents, for their neighbors, so you're not just catering for people who show up in person, but you're catering for persons at home. But beyond that, people bought food to have for the next day,
Exactly.
for themselves.
Yes.
They're not cooking tonight. They're eating lunch. They're also not cooking tonight, and they're not cooking tomorrow either.
Exactly.
So they came to buy loads of food. And so that's where, unfortunately, we didn't deliver.
Yeah, you fell short in that regard.
In that regard.
Yeah, because we're pushing for more inclusion. And I think persons were very hesitant. It was as if, okay, well, we're not sure, so we're just gonna play
That's
it
right.
safe, as opposed to being
Go big.
bold and big And then you get to witness, you get to be a part of the success.
And then I also want to say what I've noticed throughout this series of events. So our Lamb Festival, Green Markets, World Food Day, Grand Exhibition, is many of the participants didn't take the opportunity to market beforehand. So at the Lamb Festival, just as an example, we had Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute. They always deliver good products. I don't know how familiar we are here with them or the audience may be, but the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute really comes through with good quality food. It's a good program that they have. They're training students, and we love to work with students at the division. They're training students. So we always try to incorporate them. THDI took the opportunity prior to the Lamb Fest to share on their social media, we will be here on this date at this time. Come and get. Here's the menu, come and get it. And people came and they got it.
Yes.
THDI was sold out in an hour. I'm not even exaggerating. They just came and they went.
Mm-hmm.
They were that good at their marketing. But many of the other caterers didn't take the opportunity to market, to promote themselves. And if we go forward to World Food Day,
Mm-hmm.
then once again, you would walk around the booths and the stalls, the grand exhibition, and you would not know who is this person selling. What is he selling? From a distance, you wouldn't know to walk to this guy because he has this type of ice cream that's made from these local products. You wouldn't know to go to this booth because they're selling these types of food. Many of the caterers there didn't put up a menu. So there's an opportunity that many of our smaller entrepreneurs and so on are missing. Lars was just on here, and marketing is incredibly important.
Very
if you just look at his bottle, that Tobago gold bottle, and it's very attractive. It's an attractive product.
Yes.
Just from the design of the bottle, just from the design of the label, and so on. And I really want to encourage all of our stakeholders in 2024 and beyond, and for tomorrow's horticulture show, which we'll get to talk about in detail.
Yes.
I want to encourage everybody to really push. This is, yes, we are providing the division is providing the platform for the sale of your product. But we expect and we hope that small businesses would also get the crowd to come in themselves. You know, we don't want at the division that we provide this opportunity where you have the opportunity to sell to these people and you just passively get to the space and you just wait for whoever comes.
So let's
get
take
them
the
in there.
initiative.
That's
yes,
right.
Let's exercise that initiative. Let's be go-getters.
Yeah.
As opposed to just reactors. So we're just here and we're waiting for people to come.
That's right.
They must know before they get there that, okay, this guy, the ice cream, I heard about him, let's go there. They must, and this is where marketing, that is such an important part. This is where marketing comes in. So moving forward to 2024, is the conversation going to be different?
Absolutely. I mean, that's what having seen what happened, because for 2023, of course, we moved site.
Mm-hmm.
We moved from the parade ground to the Shore Park Food Hub. And it was still an incredibly popular event, the Grand Exhibition. We had never-ending crowds. And that's good for everybody involved. But the planning, the logistics of that site would have been very different to the parade grounds, where we had a sort of a routine, a standard. This is how many tents they are laid out like this. We have occupational safety, health approval, and so on. All of that well in advance and for years before. This year, because it's a new setting, there was a lot of figuring out as you go.
Mm-hmm.
And going forward, if we continue to have our World Food Day exhibition at that Shore Park Food Hub, that the sort of learning curve that we've had, we won't really have that anymore. We'll be more established. We'd have a better idea of how many spaces can be allotted and so on. And what we expect is going forward, that the division will have this nailed down.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
therefore, we are asking that the participants, the stakeholders, do their part and push to get people in, to come and see you, come and see your product, come and try your food. We really want, that's how we get the sustainability in. The division provides the platform, and the marketers, the promoters, the entrepreneurs take the platform, take the opportunity that's provided and run with it.
Definitely.
Make it yours.
And you know, we're going to take a break. We're going to be right back with more. We have so much more to discuss. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. But let me mention the trivia question again. You all cannot say you don't know what the trivia question is. I have been mentioning it since God knows when. Okay? So I'm going to mention it again. Where in Tobago is Governor Bridge located? I'm giving you all so much time to get this answer. You see how much I care? I care. I care about you. That's why I'm saying it so many times. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. Do not go anywhere. See you soon.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Mamai Lakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now 333-4430 at Mamai Lakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level.
Good morning, good morning, put a smile on your...
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
And we are back with more Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. Like I said, guys, Dr. Paul Crooks is here, and we were just delving into just a bit the events which took place involving that wonderful, wonderful agricultural sector. And we were just talking as the ads were being run. And horticulture, the horticultural show, we delved into that the last time you were here. And you spoke about the stipulations, you spoke about the rules, you spoke about that care in making sure that you did not have the parasites and you did not have, plants that could possibly affect the ones that are there. And you were talking about the challenges that you still faced. Let's just delve into that a little bit.
So for this year's World Food Day, we made a bit of a change to what was considered the norm. I mean, it may have been good on the one hand because people had to cross from the Shore Park cultural complex where they would have parked into the Shore Park Food Hub.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how many things they would have been able to carry as they would have at parade grounds. But we decided that there would be no plants on sale at the grand exhibition.
Right.
That we changed venue because of parasites, giant African snails, in fact. But also we moved those the whole plant show, the whole plant aspect of the grand exhibition, we moved that out to a separate event, primarily to control the movement of parasites. Of course, you, as a medical professional, you're trained to think, how do I keep diseases that may be transboundary diseases out of my country? But even within your country, you can still contain diseases to local areas. Right now on the island of Tobago, we have the giant African snail. And it is a problem in the areas in which it exists.
Yes.
And of course, that means it's a problem for all of us. It carries up food prices and so on. Farmers are negatively impacted and what have you. But it also means that it can easily spread from one location here on the island to another location here on the island. At the grand exhibition, we still had persons coming to, even if they were setting up plants just for decorative purposes in some cases, we had still people bringing plants to the grand exhibition. And this is despite being told beforehand, please do not bring the plants for these various reasons. Part of the way that we hope to address that going forward is to continue our educational push to let people know these are the reasons, this is the rationale, because we hope that by increasing the understanding that we get greater buy-in from members of the public, from vendors, from stakeholders.
Yes.
So with the horticulture market, which is tomorrow, your decorative plants, your seedlings, various types of crops, all available tomorrow. We're going to have caterers, we're going to have local ice cream, Polori, all kind of thing happening. So there is an event tomorrow that is more than just plants, but also if you're looking for plants, this is the chance to do it.
Yes.
We don't expect the crowd that we had for World Food Day. Moreover, we're not going to have tents on the outside. So you can park right next to the Shore Park Food Hub, come in from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and get all your plants, your car right there, walk to the car, put them in there, and then you can go home with them. You don't have to carry a heavy load too far. But the reason that we're talking about this horticulture market as a separate event, we actually had a meeting last week, Tuesday. Miss Tamika Seals Manzano, our head for crops in the division, she would have met with the stakeholders and she would have impressed upon them the importance of participating according to the guidelines that we've set.
Yes.
And we got the buy-in that we were hoping for. Because what happened and how we changed was yesterday, Sunday, we asked the vendors to come and set up like they're ready to sell. Put up all their signage, put your plants on display. We set up the place exactly like it will be tomorrow. We asked them to do this so that we could apply a treatment, which was applied last night. The treatment, it is recommended that people generally don't come within the vicinity of the area for 24 hours. So we had them set up on Sunday night, treated for giant African snail, and then by tonight, the place is safe to go around and do whatever you want.
Right.
And the idea was, we don't want any individual to come to our horticulture event hosted by the division who is trying to protect food security on the island, and then you take giant African snail home to your house.
Yes.
We do not want that to happen at all. So we've tried our best to take every precaution to ensure that when you come to purchase plants tomorrow, those plants are treated, they are safe to handle, they are safe to plant and to transplant, and there will be no parasites carried from that location to your house. And really, the concern with giant African snail is that it eats everything. Basically, whatever you could think of, here in Trinidad and Tobago, it will eat it.
Yes.
And not just trees and plants, they will bite the wood and the bricks and the cement on your house. It depends how desperate they get, how much competition they have. If you keep your numbers low, they might be satisfied with just plants in the yard, which again, still comes at a cost because, and I try to impress this on people, even if you're not overrun with giant African snail, just having them around means you're going to be using snail bait, or you're going to be capturing them just to keep the numbers low, capturing them and immersing them in a bleach solution. That bleach and that snail bait that you're purchasing, that you're now consuming, you're using, that is not something you would have been purchasing before.
Yes.
Not in those quantities. So even if the snails are not affecting you, even if you are not a farmer, the costs are going up in managing this pest. Just the cost of surviving and living. There are persons whose yards are overrun with snails. The snails are on their walls in the daytime. You're just seeing the snails crawling up the walls, even during the day. And I mean, what you're talking about here with that infestation, of course, it will crawl your blood. It's just gross to look at.
Curdling.
But also the damage that they do to the environment. They compete with our local snails. And snails function, importantly, to scavenge. They would eat kind of rotting old fruit and so on in the environment. They have an important ecological purpose. So they function and they fit into the ecosystem. But when you have increased numbers at any level in the ecosystem, it just throws the whole balance off.
Yes.
And that's where the giant African snail really causes a negative impact. And if you are a farmer, you're going to suffer because your crops will be destroyed unless you increase your production costs by buying more bait, by applying sprays and so on. You're now spending hundreds of dollars more per month to stop the snails destroying your crops. Those extra $100, few $100 that you are now spending are going to be turned over to the consumer.
Yes.
Ultimately, we are now going to be paying more for every tomato and more for every head of lettuce and so on as a result of this African snail.
Yeah, and the thing is, trying to eradicate, it's almost as if, okay, you're not just gonna be okay with having a few snails and getting rid of them. It can't just be one person. It has to be everyone holistically, coming together and really getting into that whole eradication. Because you have the snails that are natural born scavengers. But the African snail that's like a whole different other vibe right there. That's a whole different level.
A vibe, yes.
Because they're eating into the wall and eating into the house. And it's more than what we're accustomed to. So there's even more concern in terms of getting rid of the pest.
And again, in Tobago, I would say we're fortunate. Climate change has not really negatively impacted us yet, and hopefully it doesn't. We are an island that still has a fairly high level of rainfall throughout the year. The rainfall is spread so that we don't have heavy, intense rains enough to cause very severe flooding. But look at Trinidad, the Trinidad situation. Eradication of the giant African snail will be virtually impossible, where several times a year there's flooding. So if giant African snail was down the river, there's no more river. Everywhere is river, so the giant African snail is everywhere. And that's what's happening with the floods in Trinidad. Thankfully, in Tobago, we don't have that. Hopefully, we won't. But again, as you said, it's a community effort. So we have this horticulture market happening tomorrow. And while everyone is coming there to buy plants and to commune and eat all of the various foods on sale and so on, and of course come with your family, again, decorative plants, you're looking at seedlings and so on, you can set up your home garden. That's the objective tomorrow. But when you come there, be mindful of the pests. Every person can play a role in controlling the giant African snail.
Definitely.
We also want persons to report the giant African snail if and wherever they see it. So again, these are the kinds of things that we're hoping to not only people come by and they purchase plants, but also we're hoping to educate and let people know these are the concerns that we're having, and here's how we can all work together to ensure we have a sustainable market and sustainable food and a beautiful environment for generations to come.
Yeah, and you know, World Food Day celebrations I heard so many positive responses, positive feedback, you know, and you in the division, you would know if you're not happy with something, if something could have been done better and that sort of thing. But moving into 2024, you know, you made it so clear, and we want to thank you for being here, that the narrative is changing, the conversation is changing, and hopefully you have the stakeholders on board. They understand fully what is required of them. And so let's get to marketing. Let's get to pushing our Tobago product. You know, let's get to that point that is important for our development. Yeah.
Absolutely. And as we saw where there were issues with inter-island travel, Tobago can feed itself. In fact, I will go beyond that. Tobago can not only feed itself, if we push, if we seriously decide to go into agriculture and agricultural production on this island, Tobago can feed itself and all of Trinidad. And this is not an exaggeration. This is something that we are capable of doing if there's the political will and the will of the people to support ourselves, to buy local. I mean, we all got conditioned to eating KFC, which is generally imported chicken and imported potato. We can condition ourselves to eat local foods, locally grown foods. And even here in Tobago, one of our shortcomings, and I hope that is something we could work on together throughout the THA, because you and I had a little WhatsApp exchange about Blue Food. Why is Blue Food not part of the overall calendar and activity of events alongside the World Food Day events? Why are they promoted differently and so on? Hopefully, these are things that we can work on, that in years to come, we have all of these activities laid out together, that this is what Tobago is doing throughout 2024, throughout 2025. All of the various divisions are doing all of these different activities, and how can we continue to push and promote and break down those sectors, break down the silos, break down the individuals working as individuals to get us coming together as communities, as persons who are interested in sustainability and growing the island of Tobago. How can we break down those barriers and ensure that happens? And that's what we want to do.
Yes, and it's a step in the right direction. I just want to thank you so much, Dr. Crooks, for being with me today. Thank you for coming to Brunch. Thank you for the information. It's always informative when you're with us, and that's one of the reasons I love doing this show. So 2024, we look forward to bigger and better things from the division. We look forward to more effective marketing, more effective management, and we cannot go wrong. As the years go by, we're going to get better and we're going to improve.
We will.
Yeah? Thank you so much. We're going to take a break. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. Mentioning the trivia question once again, where in Tobago is Governor Bridge located? All right, we're going to take a break and we're going to be right back with more Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. See you guys soon.
Holiday Resorts has 1, 2, and 3 bedroom, fully self-contained apartments located at the heart of Crown Point. Minutes walk to the popular beaches, restaurants, bars, and the airport. Enjoy our amazing amenities such as fully equipped apartments, complete with Wi-Fi, AC, TV, and a pool, and a mini-mart on the compound. Call 639-8292 or 8929. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts is your family's home away from home.
And we are back with Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Ooh la la. You guys, I am so very proud and honored. I thank you so much for staying with us. I did mention that we have so many wonderful guests who are gracing the Brunch set. And we just want to thank you for being here and staying and being a part of what we do here. Remember, we are here to educate, we are here to empower. We would love to know that we're inspiring you in some way, shape, or form. And just in case you woke up just a bit heavy today or on the wrong side of the bed, as we say, we would like to think that we put some type of positivity into your day. That's what we're here for. Tobago Updates Television. Remember, we are live on the Amplia Network 102, Facebook, and of course, YouTube. Now, my next guest joins me, CEO and educator of Tiny Fanatics. Now, I am especially pleased, I'm especially honored. I love when young persons are doing wonderful and brilliant things. And that Thea Job joins us and is so passionate in education. She has been a dynamic teacher with 10 years of experience and holds a Bachelor of Education specializing in primary education, childhood care. And you know, Nathia is one of those persons, she's a go-getter. She is not one of the persons who takes no as something to be governed by. And I'm so pleased that she's here with us. So good morning to you, Nathia. And
Good
thank you so
morning.
much. Yes,
You're
thank
welcome.
you. How are you today? How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I am all right. I'm doing, doing the do. I'm keeping my head up and, being blessed and highly favored. So that's where I'm at today. It's so wonderful to speak with you though, because I feel so proud when I see you guys doing wonderful things. And Tiny Fanatics, it's so exciting. The name just says it all. So we're just going to go back a bit and tell me a bit about your journey thus far, how you came to be the owner and CEO of Tiny Fanatics. So let's start there.
Okay. So Tiny Fanatics had started originally in 2020. I have started it as a bookmaking for children within the ages of 3 to 4 years. Myself and Auntie Khadija had started this educational books. And from there, after being laid off, um, we decided that we can open a preschool. So we had started by doing tutoring. I have Natia's tutoring center, and Auntie Khadija did her own thing on the side. And after that time, we decided to come together and open Tiny Fanatics Learning Center.
And you know what I love about you, Nathia, is that your passion and you have a genuine love for children. You have a genuine interest in their development. And that is one thing that stands out about you. Helping children, not just in your community, but helping children holistically. And that is one of the things that we love to see. We love to see young people venturing into these aspects of education and science and art and technology, and really getting in there and being innovative. And I just want to ask you, what started your passion in wanting to work with children? Did you always have this passion for education?
Yes, I always had this passion for education. It actually started with my cousins, my younger cousins. I always used to play teacher with them. My sister, some of my friends, I would play teacher with them. And actually, one of my past teachers, Miss Maria Second, and Miss, I'm trying to remember her name. I can't remember her name right now. They were two of the persons that actually made me fall in love with teaching. Miss Ina Brebner, also my past principal of the Women Anglican School, actually sparked my interest into teaching.
You know, I am taken aback here because I'm looking at you and I'm listening to you, and what I'm seeing is not even matching up to what I'm hearing. You look so young and you speak with such wisdom. You speak with such eloquence and passion and experience. And these are the things that we have to pinpoint, we have to highlight, we have to bring to the forefront when our young people are impacting humanity positively. And you are right in there doing it with the children. I was looking at one of your favorite quotes. The best teachers are those who show you where to look, but do not tell you what to see. And this speaks volumes. This is such a prolific piece of literary work because you are channeling, but you are also empowering. So you're not going to each child with the same blueprint. You're not going to each child with the same teaching or the same advice because we're all so unique. And
Yes.
what might be a gift to one child may not be to the other. One child may be very artistic, another might be very scientific, and you have to go another route. And I looked at the quote and it just spoke volumes to me. What is it like educating these young minds? What is it like for you?
It is really fun. I enjoy teaching them every single day. They are a bundle of joy. Teaching them to learn new things is one of my favorite things to do. They are open, they are energetic, they are always happy. It is a beautiful experience teaching these kids every day.
And being responsible for what goes into the mind of a child. It's such a profound thing because you get to mold, but in terms of molding, you're actually molding them to be the best of them. You're actually molding them to be the best boy or girl or man or woman, as the case might be. And it brings me back to the point where there's no blueprint, there's no rule or regulation or stipulated and etched out that, okay, hey, this is how you are supposed to teach. This is what you're supposed to have the children learning. And I love the fact that you are willing to get into the individual and not just teach a bunch of children. You're getting into each child's individuality. And this is something that we cannot even put a price on because we need to be sending beautiful women and distinguished men and women out there, and we need to, it starts with the education that they receive.
Yes.
What would you say to our viewers today if you had to inspire someone? What would you say to them today, Nathia?
What I would say is never take no for an answer. There's always another way. Always pray, be positive, and keep pushing yourself. there's always another opportunity, another way of getting around things.
You know, and it's so short and sweet, and yet it speaks so so candidly. And I see you laughing because you know exactly what you want to impart. You know when you get out there and you go into the classroom what exactly you want to impart, the knowledge that you want to impart. Who would stand out for you? Who are some of the people that would stand out for you on your journey before reaching to this point in your life? If you could name a few persons who were motivational or instrumental in your success, who would you call on today?
I would say my parents, Margaret and Dean Job. I'd also say Auntie Khadija, that's my partner. That's my motivator. That's my right hand, Auntie Khadija Williams. I would also say Miss Abby Taylor. She's one of my motivators as well as Kelvin Morris. He's also one of my motivators, as well as Auntie Daniel from Daniel's Tutoring Center, and Auntie Mel, that was a past secretary friend from the previous school that I had taught by.
Right. And you're naming them as if you know, okay, just in case she asks me this question, I know who I'm going to call them, because you just rattled it off with all the conviction and the expression. But Nathia, we want to thank you. We want to thank you so much for what you do. We want to thank you for impacting humanity. We want to thank you for giving knowledge. Knowledge is like life, it's like light to the people, and you give it so willingly. And we just want to thank you today. We wish you nothing but blessings from our family to yours and success in whatever you endeavor to do. Yeah.
Thank you so much for
So
having
thank you
me.
so much. So that is it, guys. That is it for Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. Thank you so much for staying with us. Our trivia question, where in Tobago is Governor Bridge located? The answer, dun, 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 Rockley Vale. Yes, my kings and queens, Rockley Vale. In fact, sometime in 1851, Governor Ross was returning to the governor's house after attending a ball in the then town of Scarborough. He had one too many and a high speed. His buggy capsized in a gully at Rockley Vale, and he was killed. From that time, the bridge spanning the gully has been called Governor Bridge. Just a little backstory there. And that's it. We love you and thank you for being with us. Remember, you are special and you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And from our family to yours, we wish you peace, love, and light. That is it for brunch today. See you guys again on Wednesday. You don't want to miss it. Have a good day and enjoy. Blessings to you. Bye-bye.